Tonight on CTV News, we take a look at a few political figures who visited Fort Collins.
Then we talk about CSU's ranking on America's Best Colleges list.
All this and more on CTV News, starting now.
Good evening, CSU and Fort Collins. Thanks for tuning in to CTV News. I'm Alexandria Clow.
And I'm Bryn Carmen. With only 2 months until the presidential election, campaigning is in full swing. This morning, one of the leading surrogates was in Fort Collins discussing school choice and public education in America. Ivanka Trump, the daughter and main surrogate of Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump, was in Fort Collins Thursday morning touring charter school Liberty Common.
Her campaign called just a few days ago and asked if they could bring her to the school and let her take a tour and learn about charter schools and public education policy. And so we gave her a quick tour and had a discussion about those things.
Ivanka is the first major party surrogate to visit Fort Collins for the election season.
Treated it like any other tour that we do here on Thursdays at the school. It was a little shorter given her time frame, and that there was an entourage here with her as well, which isn't normal. But we gave her the same tour we give all of our visitors, and a little discussion afterwards. She wanted to visit, just chat about public education in America and public education policy. We think the U.S. government is a problem, and that every time Congress and the U.S. Department of Education get fixated on some new faddish, quote-unquote, reform, it ends up sidetracking academic growth and a purposeful education mission for the country. That happens at charter schools. It's even worse in regular public schools. And I just express my preference that whoever the next president is, that their mission and goal should be to reduce the influence of the U.S. Department of Education in our local schools. She was very receptive to the idea, and she's not a candidate, but she said that her father would be receptive to those ideas, and which is great. I hope both candidates would be receptive to that idea.
According to Real Clear Politics, Donald Trump is trailing Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton in Colorado by 3.7 percentage points.
On Tuesday night, the U.S. Senate candidates town hall tour came to CSU. The tour includes two third-party candidates who are running for Colorado Senator Michael Bennet's U.S. Senate seat. Emma Iannacone, the Green Party candidate, debated against Lily Tang Williams, who is the Libertarian candidate. The debate covered both of the candidates' views on college debt, health insurance, tax plans, immigration, and much more. With only 46 days left in the general election, Iannacone and Williams are focusing on sharing their platforms and connecting with citizens who are unhappy with the two-party system.
I'm here on these college campuses, and we're at 6 of them on our tour, in order to talk about the issues that we feel that are important to them and that they'll face and that the established candidates won't do. And then what the politicians will say, well, you want the better of two evils. What happens if you get the more conservative candidate instead of Arn, the Green Party candidate?
If you use the pay-to-park spaces on campus or have a parking permit, then you may have noticed it's costing you a little more than usual. Overall, the cost of parking on campus has gone up by an estimated 27.8% from last semester. The price for parking meters on campus has increased from $1.50 last year to $1.75 this semester, and the price for all parking permits went up as well. These parking increases were approved by the Board of Governors at CSU in 2015 and are supposed to help funding the ongoing parking expansion on campus. This is the 3rd year in a row that parking prices have increased at CSU.
This week, CSU hosted its 16th annual Diversity Symposium. On Tuesday night, the symposium featured keynote speaker Maria Hinojosa in the LSE Theater. Hinojosa is an award-winning reporter, anchor, and executive producer of Latino USA on NPR, a show that has won a Peabody Award. Her speech was dedicated to tackling some of the biggest cultural issues in the U.S., along with talking about diversity today. She closed her speech by saying, "You don't want to be seen as the other or different. We want to see ourselves in each other." Maria asked attendees to be open to diversity and vote in this upcoming election.
According to U.S. News & World Report, America's Best Colleges list released last week, Colorado State is ranked among the top universities in the country. CSU is now ranked number 61, climbing 6 spots over the last 4 years. The school is among the top U.S. public universities because of its continuous commitment towards faculty excellence, an increase of student scholarships, and significant funding to improve campus.
The deadline for entries in CSU's annual Homecoming and Family Weekend Parade is this Friday, September 23rd. The cost to enter the parade is $100 for CSU and education-related entries and $225 for non-CSU entries. After the deadline, entries are still allowed, but a $150 late fee will be added on. This popular CSU tradition will take place on Friday, October 7th at 4:30 p.m. and will start at House and Oak Street and end at the Oval. For more information on entering the parade, you can go to advancing.colostate.edu/homecoming parade 2016.
It sure felt like homecoming season today with the fall air and the
It really,
weather.
it really did. It was cloudy and kind of cold today, and
It was.
nice.
Those clouds stayed pretty low, but then when I came to the show tonight, it was actually sunny. So
It was,
couldn't
but-
really make up its mind, but it definitely felt like fall.
It really did. Up next, Nicole Conklin has the latest weekly weather forecast.
The fall weather is officially here.
Tune in to KCSU, your student-run radio station at Colorado State University. Live 24 hours a day, every day at 90.5 FM and kcsufm.com. Live local new music now, and news, talk, and sports. KCSU, the radio voice of Colorado State, on the air since 1964.
You're watching CTV, produced by Colorado State University students, bringing you news, weather, sports, and entertainment from campus and beyond. CTV live Monday through Thursday at 7 p.m. on campus and Fort Collins on Channel 11. Repeats at midnight, 8 a.m., noon, and 2 p.m.
The Rocky Mountain Collegian is your student-run news and information platform. Pick up your paper on campus or around Fort Collins Monday through Thursday with special editions Fridays. And check out collegian.com anytime for all the latest updates. News, sports, entertainment, opinion, and more. The Rocky Mountain Collegian, serving Colorado State since 1891.
College Avenue has been your student magazine for the last 10 years. College Avenue prints once a month covering topics that are relevant to the CSU and Fort Collins community. We also print special editions like the graduation guides at the end of each semester, the best of CSU each fall, and the orientation guide each summer. Look for us on racks around campus, off campus, or online at collegian.com under the College Avenue tab.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Nicole Conklin, your weather anchor for tonight. We have our live cam up here at CSU, and as you can see, those leaves are officially changing from green to orange. Fall is actually here. We were all anticipating, and so are the pumpkin spice lattes. Sunset is actually at 6:54 this time of year, and it's going to keep getting earlier because of winter just around the corner. Our current temp here in Fort Collins is about 68 degrees. We're going to have a pretty cloudy night tonight, and we have surface winds around 13 miles an hour, but for the most part, it should be a pretty nice evening. Across the state, our lows for tonight are going to be all over the place as it is in the fall. Western Slope, we're going to have a 56 in Grand Junction, a 44 in Gunnison, and in Vail. For the most part, in this area of the state, we're going to hover around the mid-40s. Eastern Plains, we're a little bit warmer, 55 in Lyman, a 63 in Burlington, and a 60 in Lamar. So again, we're hovering around the mid-50s in this area of the state. Going up the I-25 corridor, we're 60 in Pueblo, 57 Colorado Springs and Denver, and a little cooler, 54 in Fort Collins. It's going to be a nice night. Luckily, those cold winter temperatures are not quite here. Tomorrow's going to be lovely as it was today, except it's going to be all over the place, all over the state. Western Slope, 68 in Grand Junction, one of our warmer temperatures, 63 Gunnison, and a cooler 57 in Vail. Eastern Plains, we are way warm, 83 in Lyman, 87 in Burlington, and a 90 in Lamar. Still feels like summer in that part of the state. I-25 corridor, we are 86 in Pueblo, 78 Colorado Springs, and 81 in Denver, and a cool 77 in Fort Collins. It's going to be a lovely day tomorrow. In fact, around 8 a.m., it's going to be 58 degrees, clear and cool. And around noon, it's going to warm up to 75 degrees, but we're going to have the clouds start to roll in because around 4, the breezes will pick up, and we do have a chance of rain, and it's going to stay about 76 degrees. So it's officially the fall equinox today, which means that daytime and nighttime are approximately the same duration. Last year, this time of year, it was an average high of 85 and an average low of 43. However, this year, our average high is 79 and the low of 53. So it's not quite as extreme as it was last year. We'll take a look at the week ahead. We have a high tomorrow of 79, partly cloudy. Keep the cloud coverage all the way till Sunday, cooling down into the high 60s. However, on Monday, we're going to clear up for the rest of the week, hovering around the mid 70s until Tuesday, warming up to 78 Wednesday and it's 79 on Thursday. Thank you so much. That's all the weather updates I have tonight, but stay tuned because Aislyn Carrillo has the update in the world of Ram sports.
Me and my boy Matt had it good. He had catnip that was off the hook. But one day, he brings a girl home, and she's allergic to cats. Every sneeze was a nail in my coffin. Now I'm in a shelter. It's decent, but they don't even have Wi-Fi.
Good evening, Rams, and welcome back. I'm Aislyn Carrillo, your sports anchor for tonight. There's a busy weekend ahead in the world of CSU athletics as football will play its first away game, volleyball is back at home, and soccer will head to Utah. This weekend, Colorado State football will hit the road to play Minnesota for its first out-of-state game of the season. Last year it was a very close game with the Gophers as the Rams suffered an overtime loss 23-20. So far, Minnesota has gone undefeated at home this season. Taking a look at both teams' cumulative stats this season, Minnesota's passing game is very strong, as well as its ability to score off of turnovers. However, the teams are pretty close in terms of rushing yards with only an 11-yard difference. On the offensive side of things, the Rams can look at transfer Michael Gallup to assist in making their way to the end zone. Senior Kevin Davis will also look to make a big contribution on the defensive end. Freshman Colin Hill is the talk of CSU football as he had a phenomenal game last weekend. Coach Mike Bobo and the rest of the players seem to be confident with Hill remaining in the starting quarterback position for this weekend.
You know, we've been practicing with Colin Hill since he came in this spring, and he was one of those guys that just came in and competed right away. He wanted to be that guy since he got here. So we've been taking reps with him this entire year, and we have confidence in him as a quarterback. We know he get the job done, and he really proved that on Saturday that he has the ability, and we'll just keep this thing rolling and just take it 1 week at a time.
CSU volleyball just started its match against Fresno State right at 7 o'clock, so there is no update on scores yet. However, last year CSU had a remarkable match against Fresno State when they defeated the Bulldogs 3-0. You can check out CTV's YouTube page later tonight for highlights, the press conference, and a recap of the match. Looking forward to this weekend, Saturday at 1, the Rams will host the San Jose State Spartans at Moby Arena. The CSU soccer team will make its way to Logan, Utah this weekend as it takes on the Utah State. It's a similar situation to the football team as the Aggies have yet to lose at home this season. The Rams can hope to break this streak and improve its record from 2-5-1. Make sure to check out collegian.com and click on that sports tab for full coverage of all your CSU sports this weekend. That is all the time I have for you tonight, Rams. Emma Iannacone is up next with all the latest in entertainment.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self, and I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
Welcome back to CTV. It's the first day of fall today, so I'm celebrating by wearing my favorite fall color, red. I'm Emma Iannacone, your captain of this pop culture boat. Speaking of pop culture, everyone's favorite philanthropy couple has broken up. You heard me right. Brangelina's over, done, divorced, gone. Angelina filed for divorce earlier this week due to irreconcilable differences. Brad and Angelina both spoke out about the divorce and their concerns for their 6 children, asking the press to give them space as they work through this difficult time. Obviously, people want to hear Jennifer Aniston comment on the split, but she has her own life, and it's been, 11 years since Brad and Jen broke up? Move on, people. Fort Collins has a special place in its heart for Tex-Mex, and now it's time for Fuzzy's to make room for a new taco restaurant. Torchy's opened its doors near the Foothills Mall earlier this week, and people flooded in. I'm standing in line for Torchy's Tacos, a Texas-based food chain that is opening here in the Foothills Mall. I haven't tried the tacos yet, but I'm betting that they are damn good. Torchy's Tacos was founded 10 years ago in Austin, Texas.
Started in a trailer. It was just me and a cook in a trailer back in 2006, and I just have a real love for street food, and there's a lot of basic tacos out there and great tacos, but more basic, and I wanted to take tacos and kind of take them to the next level and do something fun and exciting with them.
The line to get into the restaurant was so long that it took me and my friends over an hour to get in, but Torchy's was nice enough to give free chips and queso to customers who were in line. If Fort Collins residents are excited about the new addition to the town, then the feeling is mutual.
All the people that have shown up to come out here, just, it's pretty awesome. And hopefully this will feel and be like Fort Collins' own Torchy's. So.
Torchy's is a unique chain, so unique that they carry their own brand of soft drinks. But the bar was where most people quench their thirst. Torchy's has an array of mixed drinks that will fit in nicely with the Fort Collins atmosphere. However, even those delicious margaritas couldn't steal the spotlight from the food.
Everything's fresh in the restaurant. We make everything all day, every day. We use a lot of fresh ingredients. The flavors are chef inspired. I'm a chef in my previous life. I take a lot of different cuisines and things from my past and kind of put them together and have fun with a lot of bold flavors. Come on in, we've got great food and great staff. We've got a full bar. We're looking forward to being here.
Customers seem to really be enjoying food, and I especially love my taco.
I'm about to take my first bite of the Trailer Park Extra Trashy Taco.
The names of the tacos aren't the only thing that's fun about this place. Each day of the week has its own happy hour, so when you get that paycheck, head on over and try it out. Earlier today, supermodel Gigi Hadid was grabbed by self-described prankster on the street as she was walking in Milan. Former journalist Vitaly Saduk grabbed her from behind and lifted her up, but Gigi wasn't about to let that fly. She fought Saduk off and even attempted to chase him after he fled. While most fans are proud of her for defending herself, some people seem to think that that was not model behavior, claiming she aggressively lashed out at a fan. She later tweeted that she had every right to defend herself. She said, quote, "How dare that idiot think that he has the right to manhandle a complete stranger. He ran quick though. You go, Gigi. Nobody needs to be disrespecting your personal space." Today I'd like to introduce a new segment called Nope. A classic Robin Williams movie and a personal childhood favorite of mine, Jumanji, is being remade. Nope. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Karen Gillan play characters with names like Dr. Smolder Bravestone and Ruby Roundhouse. Nope. The sequel is said to pay homage to Robin Williams' character. How about instead we leave the original alone and pay our respects by having a movie marathon of his best works? Not RV. Nope. That's it for tonight's episode of CTV. We'll catch you next Monday at 7 with your updates on the world of Ram sports. Have a good night, Rams.